Alright, we ready to get into it. I'm not gonna watch this whole video. I really don't like this guy, but he does have some good news. He does promote the cases, what I mean.
YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend appeared in court asking to be taken off an ankle monitor. Broward County Sheriff's Office submitted a massive response asking for the entire lawsuit to be dismissed. Stick around for the last half of the video while I read BSO's response. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you guys. Let's go. Alright, first look at Melly right here. Emergency hearing for his ex-girlfriend over that whole ankle monitor situation because she's on an ankle monitor now. So let's see how this goes. Melly also requested to be present in person during this hearing, so that's why he's there.
The reason that we're here today, this is an emergency motion to vacate, which is filed on behalf of Mariah Hamilton, who is a material witness in the case.
Quick reminder on why she's being called as a witness. Her own mom put her in this position because she talked to the police the next day, or the same night even of the murders, I don't even remember, I think it was the next day, and told the police that she overheard a phone call between Melly and his girlfriend Mariah at the time, within an hour or two of the murder, like within minutes of the murder actually, and Melly was walking through the woods and telling her what just happened. We don't know if he confessed to her or anything, but we just know they had a phone call. But then Felicia, her mother, was a witness in the first trial and didn't give any clear answers whatsoever. She was a very difficult witness, and she basically regrets talking to the police the first day. So her mom put her in this position because they were like, wait, you had a phone call with the guy we're charging with murder right after he committed murder? Oh, and Mariah's been on the run pretty much, like avoiding the subpoena and wanted by the court to testify as a witness. So they finally got her and they put her on her ankle monitor. She was released from custody like a week or two ago.
So, Mr. Griffith, let me ask you, since you're the one that's here, the state's position on the defense emergency motion to vacate, they want me to take the ankle monitor off his hand.
No, Judge, state would be objecting based upon if the writ was issued in the first place and the difficulties in securing her presence for trial.
Straightforward. They're saying if we take this ankle monitor off, she might just fucking disappear again.
Okay, listen, again, I'm certainly not foreclosed to reconsidering this at a later point in time. And for the record, I did read the motion, and there's a lot in here about 942.03. And Mr. Barris's position is that that's not applicable to Ms. Hamilton, and he's probably right about that. That's why I released her from custody the first time that I saw her. However, I did look at everything in the electronic docket. I was not the trial judge back then handling this case, and I'm not making any judgments or finding any facts about it. But there does seem to be an awful lot of pleadings, emails, letters, pleadings, notices, that there were some issues going on about cooperation with witnesses. So there's an easy way to do this, and there's a hard way to do it. It would appear the prior judges that handled this case came to the conclusion that Ms. Hamilton chose the hard way to do these things. I don't think anyone that's not charged with a crime should be under any form of security anyway under normal conditions. However, this isn't a normal condition. The state's identified her as a material witness. I do have 902.15. Again, this
Sounds like he's going to deny this and she's going to remain under an ankle monitor.
is only applicable when someone is facing life imprisonment or the death penalty. Mr. Devins is in fact facing the death penalty. All she, just like any other witness, has to do is come to court. And either side wants them to come to court to a deposition, to a motion, or to a hearing. And as soon as that responsibility is concluded, that will end the security that's been put in place, which I have chosen to be an ankle monitor as opposed to posting some form of monetary bond. So at this point, respectfully, I'm going to deny the emergency motion to vacate. It's going to stay right the way it is. And again, I'm not foreclosing either side filing whatever motion in the future. If you want to need time for an evidentiary hearing, I'm happy to do that. And again, I'm always ready, willing, and able to listen to any evidence, witnesses, or testimony that either side wants to present regarding the issue, but based only on what I've read in the electronic docket and what's been in the pleadings, because that's the only thing that's been presented to me. I'm just not comfortable doing anything else at this time. So that's what I'm going to do.
Your Honor, I don't understand where you're deriving your authority from. Can you explain that for the record?
Well,
Jesus. Her lawyer's like, I don't understand. Can you please explain it? That's Mr. Barris right there. Christopher Barris, I believe his name is.
I mean, actually, I usually don't have to answer lawyers' questions, but this is security. The security is the ankle monitor. I mean, the alternative would be,
If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys.
do you want me to take the ankle monitor off, put her back in jail, and set a monetary bond for her to post? Is that what you want me to do? Because that's what security means in the statute, just like any other bond statute. So that's where I'm getting the authority from, sir, 902.15. So I'll enter the appropriate written order. Again, Ms. Hamilton, same as when I met you before for the first time. If any side subpoenas you to testify at a deposition, at a hearing, or at a trial, whoever that may be, state or defense, all you gotta do is show up, honor the subpoena, and then as soon as the trial is over and the matter is resolved, we will also resolve your current situation. So, Mr. Devins, all pending motions remain set April the 1st at 1:45 p.m. His trial remains set September the 10th at 9 o'clock.
All pending motions for Melly's stuff will be April 1st, like he said. Important stuff with Melly's lawsuit against BSO. BSO's response to Melly's memorandum in support of his petition for writ of habeas corpus. January 17, 2025. Status conference hearing. Litigants in court discussed numerous procedural bars. This court ordered the petitioner to file a supplement response to address these numerous procedural issues. Court scheduled a final evidentiary hearing on March 13th on the merits of the habeas corpus petition. Petitioner filed their memorandum on the procedural issues. Petitioner's memorandum on these procedural issues offers no valid legal or factual basis as to why the petition for a writ of habeas corpus should not be dismissed, nor could he, as the law is clear on these issues. Strong claims. The issue of Melly failing to exhaust administrative remedies, but in doing so for a second time has both misstated the applicable law on requirement of exhaustion of state court remedies. Remember, Melly's team said that they exhausted all state remedies and they had to go to a federal court. This reply is basically saying that's cap. To dumb it down, just as petitioner believes himself to be exempt from BSO's jail rules and regulations and wishes this court to modify the legitimate security measures BSO has implemented, he believes himself to be exempt from clear legal precedent on these procedural hurdles, including the statutory requirement he exhaust his state court remedies prior to seeking 2241 before this court. Petitioner should not be treated any differently than any other inmate, be allowed to skirt by their clear legal barriers that prevent his action from proceeding. It is evident now, as it has been since his action was initiated, that a final evidentiary hearing is not necessary and the one scheduled for March 13, 2025 should be canceled and this action dismissed for petitioner to seek remedies in the Florida state court system if he so chooses, where BSO will be prepared to respond as needed. Jesus. So they're saying cancel everything. This shit needs to be dismissed. All right. Timeliness. Petitioner claims that he is not appealing a Florida court order or judgment and that his petition is timely because the constitutional violations are ongoing. Offers no persuasive legal authority as to why he should be otherwise exempt from the plain language in 224D1 that subjects habeas petition to a 1-year statute of limitations starting from the date from which facts supporting new claims could have been discovered through the exercise of due diligence. The fact that petitioner's counsel agreed that his video visitation and phone privileges were properly suspended would work against any argument for tolling, especially with respect to the challenges directed at the revocation of those privileges. Tolling basically means a lawsuit can be filed even after the statute of limitations has expired. BSO is basically saying fuck now. Restrictions imposed on habeas petitions filed by pretrial detainees, including the statute of limitations, are the same as those filed by a convicted prisoner, despite petitioner's claims to the contrary. Holy shit, what? For real? Pretrial detainees are the same as convicted prisoner. That's kind of crazy, right? Failed to exhaust state court remedies again. Now claims he is not required to exhaust state court remedies because 2254, unlike 2241, contains an exhaustion of administrative remedies conditions for inmates serving a sentence under the judgment of a state court. And petitioner is not in the custody to any final judgment of state court. Petitioner also states, but as is apparent, petitioner is not a state court convicted felon seeking to challenge his state court judgment and thus has not asked this court to disregard the requirements. Petitioner's contention that exhaustion of state court remedies is not required for pretrial detainees who raise constitutional issues in a 2241 petition. Wholly without merit. Available remedies. Petitioner has remedies in state court for all of the constitutional injuries he complains of concerning his close management style of housing, including the restrictions placed on his phone's video visitation and in-person access to Raven Liberty, who, as discussed below, is under criminal investigation for witness tampering. Petitioner claims that this court should not
Yeah, wait, I don't think we care. It's just him just reading stuff. Ain't really doing that for us.